Okay, cool. ஆரம்பிக்க முன்னாடி I just want to tell a குட்டி story. ஒரு ஊர்ல ரெண்டு பசங்க இருந்தாங்க. So a long time ago, not a long time ago, 10 years ago, there were two boys. So one boy, when he was a kid, his father bought him a laptop. He loved that laptop to death. He did his homework on it. He talked to his friends on it. But more importantly, he learned how to code on it. That unlocked all the doors for him. He applied to college. He went to work, all because of that access to technology. Now, on the other hand, the other kid, he came from a very poor family. He went to high school on his bicycle, then he went and worked at McDonald's, and then he came home at 11 or 12 p.m., and then did his homework, and then went to school again at 6 in the morning. He did not have a laptop. He was the valedictorian of his class, but he hand-wrote his speech and gave it to his teachers because he didn't have a laptop. When he went to college, he really struggled to be able to pick up programming and things like that other people did have with access to digital technologies. And that digital literacy is something he really struggled with. He even struggles with now. And this is not unique to him. During the COVID-19 pandemic, 15 million children in the United States struggled with access to technology, like laptops and internet. In the United States, in a developed country like the United States, you can only imagine like how big of a gap this digital access is in other countries like India. When we're trying to make a digital India, having access to technology is very, very important. People ask me all the time, like, why do we have all those unicorns in the United States, like Facebook and Uber, but not in India? People make their own conclusion. Maybe people are more innovative here, or they can take more risks. The reason is because Mark Zuckerberg had a laptop and a computer when he was 8 years old. Imagine the potential we could unleash if we could give that same technology access to every child in India, in every country. The reason it's hard to bring these laptops there is because they're expensive. At Revise Robotics, we want to lower the cost and bring secondhand discarded devices back into the market, refurbished and ready to resell through automation and AI. The biggest bottleneck is the manual labor it takes to bring discarded devices back into the market. But with AI, we really think that we'll be able to remove that bottleneck. Can I get the next slide, please? If you play this is a video of a robotics system picking up different laptops, opening them, plugging in cables. These are completely discarded laptops. This is reinstalling Windows, wiping the hard drive. These are all tasks that are being manually performed right now. But if we reduce the cost, we will be able to bring them all back into the market, into the hands of people who need them the most. These are all the tasks that are happening at different aggregators of discarded electronics. They sort through them, find the ones that are worth reselling, reinstall the operating system, wipe the hard drive. This is an extremely labor-intensive process. We're only able to do this right now because of recent advancements in AI. You can take any laptop and implement AI to wipe its hard drive, thanks to recent advancements in computer use and agentic behavior of AI. While we envision this one system hitting the market sometime next year, what we really envision is a full system, a full facility that automates the entire refurbishment and resale process of any electronic device, phones, servers, everything that has a cable, basically. We want to make it 10 times faster and cheaper for these laptops to re-enter the secondhand market. And, this might sound like, this is a social impact project, but it's not. This is a huge market with billions of dollars. The secondhand electronics industry is worth upwards of $80 to $90 billion. And we're able to do it at a pretty affordable price point as well. Our goal is to really scale this up after 2027, hitting 1,000 systems by 2030. And இதான் அந்த ரெண்டு பசங்க Me and my co-founder, we met at Caltech the year after applying to college, and we've sat on this idea for quite some time. Antonio's an electrical engineer. I'm a software engineer. We've worked at robotics startups, and we really have the experience to launch the startup off the ground. We have some pretty exciting news to share, some news that we didn't have when applying to this pitch competition. We're actually headed to Y Combinator for the first 3 months of 2025. We received a $500,000 investment that's going to help us get off the ground. Thank you. And at Demo Day, we're planning to raise $3 million to really get to our first paid pilot. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I have a question. So who are your end customers? Like, who are you selling these products to?
So there are many different target customers, but we've chosen e-waste recycling facilities as our #1 target. So these include companies like Iron Mountain and Sims Lifecycle Services that are large, publicly traded companies that have dozens of facilities across the United States and internationally. They're processing thousands of laptops a day and are really limited by the manual labor.
So your product is mostly selling the robotics to companies who are already doing recycling?
Leasing, yep.
Oh.
So I have a question. First of all, congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you.
It looks like a social entrepreneurship, but I think it's more than that. Congratulations and thank you for this. My question is, how are you going to scale this? Because you showed that there are 15 things that has to be done to make a laptop from what it is to what it needs to be to go to the hands of the needy. So everything is dependent. So how are you going to scale? Because you said each costs about $40,000 roughly, right? Can you explain that, please?
The scaling, we're really getting from 0 to 1 right now. This, our plan is to deploy 5 with the first fundraise through the end of 2026. So this does everything without actually physically disassembling the laptop or opening it or unscrewing things. You can greatly accelerate even knowing like if from this 1,000 laptops, these 500 are worth reselling, and let me reinstall Windows for you, that's already tripling or quadrupling the speed at which they can process laptops in and out the door. So in terms of scale, with our first fundraise, we want to get to paid deployments and really be able to support ourselves. Once we establish that product market fit, our next fundraise will be focused on expansion and scale internationally.
Thank you. One more question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen digital robots and others, taking out of the monotonous Monday jobs. So this is an interesting idea. You're actually going back to the recycling stuff. So post-pandemic, as the sizes of these laptops and going down to, if you look at the Mac Air and sizes are going smaller and smaller. So what is your idea? Each system, how many laptops you can handle? You said, I think I know you want to deploy about 1,000 systems.
So the first video was it doing 25 laptops in one sitting. This past week, it was our first pilot project in El Paso, Texas. But by the time that it hits the market, we want to be able to do 250 to 300 per day. Right now, a human operator does between 25 to 40 a day. And they usually have a team of 6 to 12 people.
Okay. I still have the concern about the $40K price, but
yeah.
What is your channel and distribution strategy? I mean, this kind of model, you need to really think through as you scale again.
Yeah, so this is a very direct B2B sales and marketing strategy. So it's very much through direct outreach at conferences. We've already established a network with those players that we put on screen with Iron Mountain, with Back Market. They're all asking, like, where's the robot? Can you bring it next week? And what we're really held back by is tech development. And that's at least for the next 2 years, that's going to be our major limiting thing. And then sales will be direct outreach through a sales team after 2027.
Go ahead. So just a follow-up question on similar lines. So Iron Capital and Back Market, why do you think they will not invest in their own technology to create those robotics?
they're trying, and they're really, really struggling. They hired one, Iron Mountain hired one mechatronics engineer. It's just that the timing of this, it's impeccable. So just last 3 days ago, OpenAI announced their newest O1 model, and they're announcing one in January for computer use. So these things are just coming online. If you develop the network and scale before anyone else gets a chance to, you really have that first mover advantage.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you.